Hello, it's Jeanette J Beauty, and I am back for an update with the black seed oil. I know many of you commented on my first video about the black seed oil that you've been taking it and that it's really been working for you. Some of you had asthma, or you had a heart condition or high blood pressure and you've been taking it, and that's really good for me to hear. I did ask a few of you about your health and how taking the black seed oil has changed and it's for the better, and some of you mentioned that you're not taking your medicine, say your prescribed medicine anymore, and that you're taking black seed oil and how it's cleared up completely. And that's the benefit of taking a holistic approach to medicine, and that's what I do, and it has worked for me. For me, I don't get sick at all. It's really because of my health. I know that before I've touched on it, what I've done in the past, I haven't really divulged into my personal life. I think a lot of you did say that you wanted me to share more of my personal life. You really like it, so I am gonna do it, and I'm gonna talk about a video soon. I'm gathering up a lot of information, a lot of facts, because I know this video about health is going to merit it. It's not something that could be opinionated, and it's definitely just facts based. So I will definitely continue to do my research just so I can have the facts laid out, so it's not something that can really be disputed. But anyway, this video is about the black seed oil and how it's had its impact on me, whether it's positive and negative. And I could say it's just been so many positive things. I have been very diligent about taking the black seed oil. I try to take it twice a day. There was just 2 days that I did not. It got a little bit too late and I had to eat. That's the only downside, I would say, that you have to take black seed oil on an empty stomach, and then you have to wait an hour after you eat. So for me, I'm still nursing, I'm still pumping milk, and matter of fact, I just finished pumping the milk. So right here you could see I pumped about a little bit over 8 ounces for Zanai, and that's kind of how it's still been. I did nurse her last night, so about, I believe it was about 11 o'clock, and then we took a nap together. She woke up in the middle of the night about 6. I nursed her again, and I nursed her when she woke up a little bit later, maybe around, I would say noon. She's just been nursed. So for the past almost 24 hours, she's really been nursed. So I just have these milk bottles stored up, and I have over 150 of the freezer bags of milk, just because she really loves to nurse, and my milk production is really good, which is another reason why I wanted to take black seed oil. If you remember my first video that I did post, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to take black seed oil, is just to help with the production of milk flow. And another reason why I wanted to take black seed oil was for my skin. Now my face is definitely different than my body. I would say my body is a lot more smoother, but my face is lighter than my body, and it tends to get more red, like more sensitive. Sometimes it could just, I don't know, I guess sometimes I get self-conscious about it. I know my skin isn't horrible, but I definitely just wanted to improve the quality of my skin, more so my face. And I could definitely see a difference in my face. It's a lot more smoother. I haven't been breaking out as much as before. I still do have those pregnancy hormones, so I know I'll continue to break out a little bit because of that. And another reason why I've been taking black seed oil was because I needed mental clarity. Now for many of you, you know I just had a baby. She just turned 2 months on the 5th, and oh my gosh, she's just growing up so quickly. She's probably gonna be the last one, so I'm just really cherishing every moment with her. I mean, with all my children, and she's my little angel, and I just love her so much, and just watching her grow up so fast makes me like, no, I just want her to stay so little and so cuddly. She's just a ball of energy, and just she really lights my heart up so much. I'm just so happy to have a little daughter, as I've always wanted a little girl. Anyways, I will say my mental clarity has really improved. It's just been a week, and I'll say it has helped tremendously. As I'm editing my videos, I don't need to do so many takes. I do a lot of voiceovers, and before I would do maybe 150, or depending on the video. Some videos that don't require a lengthy voiceover, it doesn't take as long, like I don't have to do so many takes. But the videos that I did do a lengthy voiceover, I'll say I had to do like 150 takes, and it would take over an hour to do. I really wanted my videos to be nice and perfect. I wanted my explanations to come out right the first time, and that would take me over an hour to do sometimes, but now it doesn't take as long, and I can really think about what I want to say and how I want it to come across, and it has helped so much. I'm really happy I came across the black seed oil because it has helped in so many facets of my life. And also, I do have a spiritual Instagram. It's really for me and my spiritual journey. It's not one like my Ravishing Tresses, which is dedicated to hair. It's just really to help me out. And one of the pages that I do follow to help me with my spiritual journey is Third Eye Thirst. I just so happened to go on there because I've really been feeling the need to focus on that side of myself. I will admit I have neglected that side, and I could definitely feel the ramifications of that. I don't want to be feeling a certain way. It's hard for me to really be open right now because because I have ears around, if you know what I mean. But I just wanted to say that having a spiritual journey has really helped me cope with a lot, especially throughout the years, having children, going to school, contemplating that, going to work. There's just so many different facets of my life that I have to really account and be responsible for. So I will admit that this journey has really helped me be a stronger, a better woman, and also a better mother. So back to the post, I have it right here. And I also screenshot it just so I can remember. And it says 10 signs your spirit is awakening. So the first one is things you think about start happening faster and faster. And that has been very true. I don't know if I can definitely correlate the black seed oil to things happening faster and faster in my life, but I'll say that taking the black seed oil has opened up my mental capacity. And reading and researching, one of the benefits of black seed oil was that you'll have that mental clarity, which is what I was talking about in my first video, is definitely something I need. And I'll say I don't feel such a fog or I have to think about something on the spot. I'll say that my thoughts and actions aren't as delayed. Not that it was really delayed, but I could feel a little bit different than say a few years ago. I was so sharp as a tack. I was really utilizing my brain, working on different projects and really strategizing on different projects, content, even an assignment. And I'll admit that it was just so easy for me to do. But a few years later, I find myself really thinking, doing some of the same things. I really have to think about what I'm doing and just make sure that it makes sense to not only myself, but also if I'm doing content and I'm uploading, that it makes sense, especially when I'm doing voiceovers. I want it to be perfect. So that's why it does take me quite some time to do a voiceover. And I'll say in the past few weeks that I find it a little bit easier, especially in this past week. I don't know if I'm just more motivated or more focused, or I'm just not letting so much get to me. That's why it's really been a lot better. But I can definitely attribute that the black seed oil has helped. It's not giving me that brain fog. That's one of the benefits I've read about. So I'll say for now that the black seed oil has definitely contributed to that. So number 2 is you will start to see numbers repeating everywhere you go. Numbers like 111, 333, 222. This has been so true for me, I'll say for years. I started seeing the number 44 or 444 or 4444 everywhere I go. It doesn't matter if it's the time of day, if I'm reading a comment from one of you and it's been 44 minutes, or say it's been 44 days since something happened. Even my license plate had 44 in it. It's everywhere. The time, even sometimes when I buy things, the price, like the total price, the bill, the cents is 44. Even the dollars sometimes have been 44. I see it on license plates. It is everywhere I go. I started seeing 1111 and that's what caught my attention, and then as time went on I started seeing 44. Even when I pump gas, a lot of times it would stop on 44 cent. I mean, the list is endless. I see 44 everywhere I go. Even sometimes when I respond, I'll see that there's been 44 comments or 44 likes. At first I was a little bit weirded out, like why am I seeing 44 everywhere? And it just started picking up like that, and I was like, okay, is it just me or does everyone see that? And no, it was just me. And I found that really interesting because it just meant that it was something, it was some reason, and I was spending so much time trying to figure out why am I seeing 44 everywhere. And I've been spending years just figuring out what is 44 meant for me. Stumbling upon this, I could say I am understanding it a lot better. I didn't know if it was my grandmother maybe trying to speak to me, or my guardian angels. My grandmother did pass away years ago, and just thinking about her, it just really makes me so happy to be the woman I am today. She left so many positive messages for me, instilled so much growth, and just to be strong and empowering, it just means a lot to me that I had a strong woman in my life like her. And I don't want to get too emotional, but she has and still just means a lot to me. So moving on to number 3, you will feel like you need space from old friends and family who do not resonate with your new journey. And yes, I do feel some of my friends, or quote-unquote friends, that don't really align with what I'm doing. I don't feel that I'm hurting their feelings, or I don't feel like, oh, I want to be nice. You know, I am a nice person. I'm very kind and I will help you, but at the same time, I don't feel as bad anymore. I feel that everyone's accountable for their own actions. Everyone has a reason to exist. Basically, you are designed and you're in this world for a reason. I feel some people just waste it, or if I share my information and some people just don't really care, they don't take to it. At first, I used to feel so pressured to persuade them or just share the information like, oh, it's here, this is the truth. But as time progresses, I tell them, I leave it out there, and if they don't want to take my suggestions, even though I'm trying to help them, or they brush me off, then that's what it is. I don't take it personal anymore. Number 4, people who are on the same journey as you will begin to enter your life. I will say this is very true. I will say many of you, my supporters, you have shared your journey with me, and I feel that we are connecting on a more personal basis rather than me just showing you all about my hair, how to wash my hair, how to do a perm rod out, flexi rod, twist out. And it's just more to it than that. There's more to life than just my hair or just one aspect of me. I'm multifaceted. I have so much to offer to the world. Just that many of you are opening up, or people just come by me, whether I'm out at the mall or I'm shopping. I could just tell a difference with their vibe. You know, energy does not lie, and I could tell there's a difference between good energy and bad energy. And I'll definitely say I have been getting and receiving a lot of good energy when I go out. Number 5, you will hear messages and music on the radio or online that guide you. I will say this has been very true. There's been a lot of information, and I have been looking up information. As I mentioned, I just happened to go on my spiritual journey Instagram page. I don't know, something just urged me to go on it. I don't really go on it often. I haven't really been active on it, but something last week said just go on it. And I did, and I'm so glad I went on it because there's so many insightful messages. And I know it's just Instagram, but Instagram has so much to offer. It depends on the pages that you're on. You could be on something that shares dietary and nutritional facts. You can be on a page that shows health facts, or for me, like I offer my healthy hair journey. There's so many different pages that you can be on. All social media is not bad, and having these different pages have really helped me and motivated me and encouraged me to be who I am. And also you, my supporters, you keep me going all the time. And sometimes when I'm like, oh, is this even worth it? It is. I find out in the long run it is, and I'm reminded every day with many comments from you, and also on the social media. Like I said, the spiritual journey, now I am checking it daily, and I see so many messages. It has really helped me, and it's definitely resonating well with me. Number 6, you will be sent distractions to get you off your new path. Yes, I have received some distractions, and I don't want to go too far in depth with it, but I can definitely say there has been a lot of distractions. It's so easy to fall into them, especially for me, my lifestyle, what I do on a daily basis. I'm so busy all the time. I'll say those distractions, now that I'm just getting more clarity in life and really thinking back, and the fact that I have more time to think about my life, especially at night, I can really think and just see that these are distractions. I've learned to overcome it, and I've learned to see it for what it truly is, and I see that it's not in my path to follow this. I'll say I've really come to that maturity level where I can decipher what is for me, what's not for me, where I need to go, where my life is guiding me. I have really put out some of these bad things that it's not for me. Number 7, Things like stars at night, the flowers during the day, and other nature will become more interesting. Yes, I also agree with that. I've seen pictures on Instagram. Again, Instagram has so much to offer. I know I'm being redundant, but it definitely does. I find pictures of animals, pictures of natures, the skies, the galaxies, planets, and even spiritual messages are really motivating and captivating every single day. So before, I was really into social media for hair, beauty, all of that, and I would see nature. I said, oh, this is nice, but it has a totally different meaning now to me, and it definitely makes me feel a different type of way than before. I can really resonate with it. I can see myself in a lot of these posts, and it just makes me feel so much better. Number 8. Your diet will get better as your body starts telling you what to eat to feed your spirit. And that has already been true. I did post a video not too long ago where I showed you some of the grocery items I do get for the home. I'll say I'm learning a lot more about diet, the foods you eat, and how it has a direct correlation to your health and your skin, your appearance, how you feel, energy. And as I've already said, energy does not lie. I've noticed when I took a detox a few years back, I felt so much better. When I took the detox, it was 6 different types of capsules, so they would range from helping the heart, helping the circulatory system, the respiratory system. Also for the women, there was a reproductive system, and there was also a man's one too. It really helped overall, and it was so good. I would definitely say I felt a lot better. I felt more clarity, more stability. I felt more energy. You were only supposed to consume fruits, vegetables, and nuts. I know that sounds really hard, but I felt so much better. I'll link the detox if I could find it in the description box below, because it's been some years. I'm sure that they still do have the detox, and I would definitely recommend doing a detox like that, because I felt so much better, like so much better. Number 9. You will lose the fear of what others think about you. Yes, this is totally true. I used to be so self-confident and just feel I had to wear makeup all the time, and I didn't want to come on my channel if I didn't have any makeup on. I know that sounds a little bit ridiculous, but it was so true. And now I'm like, makeup or no makeup, I have a message, I have a video I want to put out. My supporters have really been helping me and just encouraging me, motivating me, so let me not disappoint. I'm gonna keep it going. And when I first did upload a video without makeup, a lot of you commented and said how I don't need the makeup. You know, just gave me so much positive feedback and just said I didn't need it. And especially when I did my last video with the black seed oil, the first one. Number 9, you will lose the fear of what others think about you. And I'll say this has been totally true. Years ago, when I first started my channel, I was so self-confident. I know with social media, you have to have thick skin, and I wasn't really prepared for what I was getting myself into. I mean, social media for me has been really positive. I have had some negative comments here and there, and it did bother me at first, but now it does not bother me at all. Some people that make negative comments, I'm just like, okay, that's what they have to say, but it doesn't matter, because they don't know. And I get so much positive feedback, and I get so much positive energy, and the negative comments are like not even 1%, like 0.5% of my content from Instagram and here on YouTube. So it doesn't really get to me. I will say I did not want to come on here without makeup on. I remember every video I had to have my makeup done. I had to have a full face or something on, and now I don't feel that I need to. And many of you have commented and said, girl, like, what are you talking about? You do not need makeup, you don't need that. And as time progressed, I really felt that, and I really believed in myself, and I'm like, yeah, you're right, I don't need the makeup. And even before, it's just not enough time to do all of that. I just spent so much time. I wanted to be presentable, I wanted to look so good for you, but the reality is, you know, everyone has something to say, whether good or bad. Someone always has something to say, so just do you, and that's what I've been doing. Number 10, your spiritual development will become the most important thing in your life. And yes, I can definitely agree on that. I'll say there's so many people out here that are just really lost, and they just don't have a purpose. Well, they don't feel they have a purpose in life. Everyone has a purpose in life, and for me, I know that's helping people through my social media, and I think that's really what I was intended to do. And that comes from my mom. My mom loves to help people. She's a deacon at her church, and she's also the leader of an organization called the Helping Hands Ministry, where they gather up food and also outsource whether they need to get shoes, clothes, just essential items for people in need. And she's always taught me to help those people in need. There's so many people that need more help than you. Sometimes you're just so focused on yourself, and I need this, I need that, I need this, I want this. And there's also people that don't even have a fraction, like 3% of what you have. And I just am grateful for everything I have. I'm grateful that I have a loving family that support me with everything I do. I'm really thankful for that, because you don't come across that. And you know, I just want to help those that need it, and that's why I started my channel in the first place, to help women with hair. But as I'm growing older, I understand that it's more to life than just one thing. I know with hair, us women, we are so hooked to our hair, and it's great, I love it, but also your body, your spiritual being needs to be aligned as well. I don't want anyone to be lost on my channel. I know that there's so much going on, especially for me in my life, especially now, that I just have to take a deep breath and really think to myself, be grateful for what I do have, just really understand and dissect the situation at hand. At nighttime, my mind, it just wanders for hours. I just think about so much. I think about a lot all the time. That's one reason why sometimes I couldn't focus, but now I'm learning to slow down. I'm really learning to focus on one thing at a time, and it's really helped me a lot. So that is the 10 signs that your spirit is awakening. I believe that is what my 44 was. At first I thought it was just my grandmother reaching out to me, and I always have dreams, like 3, 4, 5 dreams a night. I didn't have a dream about her so often. Maybe ever since she passed years ago, I believe like 8 years ago, I had maybe 2 dreams about her, and that always upsetting me. Now I can really look back and think, and I just have a different perspective on so much in life now. I think age has a lot to do with it, but even when I was younger, when I had my second son, I was 21, and just really learning a lot about myself then. It's even been a lot more progress now that I am 30. So all that to say, just really work on yourself, and self-love is the best. And I know this video is about black seed oil, but I'll say that the black seed oil has been helping to open up my mental capacity and really allow me to understand things a whole lot better. And I know it's been only a week, and some of you may be like, oh, it's just been a week, but this short time I have learned a lot.